joins this live, and I will be explaining the common problems that come along with insulin resistance, and I'm going to explain how this system came about, a little bit of history on why I use it, and what it can do to help you to get metabolically healthy. A lot of people don't talk about metabolic health. A lot of people talk about just general, you're going to lose weight, we're going to do this, we're going to go caloric deficit. But there's other things at stake here that we don't realize, and it generally comes down to, your body being sensitive to the hormone insulin. And when your body functions properly, and someone that has a metabolic, when someone has a body that functions properly, usually what's going to happen is their body's going to process the fat properly that's on their body. Your body's also going to process the fat that's stored on your body. Sorry, I think I said that twice. The fat that's stored on your body, and also the food that's in your stomach, right? So we've got two fuel sources. We've got food and we've got fat, okay? And when you wake up in the morning, and right now it's 7 a.m. over here in Toronto in the morning, and let me know where you guys are joining from. In this live, I'm going to be explaining about the difference between, caloric deficit, and also cover and insulin resistance, time-based eating. I'm going to go over a variety of different things. I like to focus on fasting and nutrition because I find, in the 30 plus years I've been working with people, the fasting helps greatly to reverse insulin resistance, because when you start fasting, what happens is that your body starts to go into different phases, okay? When you first start fasting, for example, when you finish your meal, your body's going to process the food in your stomach for about 4 hours while insulin is up, okay? Now, while insulin is elevated, what's going to happen is that the insulin is going to usher the sugar in your bloodstream from the food for about 4 hours, and it's going to do its job to go and transport that sugar into your cells, okay? Now, what happens is, in someone that's insulin resistant, what happens is that those cells don't open and close. And when the cells don't open and close, then that means that you're metabolically inflexible. You're not flexible. Your metabolic flexibility is not even, it's very low. On top of it, your gut health gets damaged because you've got a metabolism that's not processing sugar properly, and you may end up with a lot of these symptoms up here that I show you, on top of it becoming insulin resistant, okay? And when I talk about, the top things here, and guys, you guys can let me know what you guys think. When I talk about the top issues, the top 7, right, and you can go watch my other videos and see more as well, you'll notice things like PCOS, thyroid disorders. You might have issues with erectile issues for men. You may have fatty liver. I'm going to go from 7 to 1, the top ones that I've come across myself. And as well as diabetes. It's not up there. Diabetes is not up there, but blood sugar is a big problem for many people. And we generally don't look at the actual blood sugar as a problem unless you're diabetic. And that's what happens to people. People tend to look only at the condition and not the root cause. Okay? And guys, please let me know where you're joining from. I'm in Toronto, Canada. And I'm going to start first with hormonal health, okay? When I dive into hormonal health, I always get the question, Paul, I understand you're saying it's hormones. I understand, Paul, you're saying that insulin's a hormone and it's causing these issues. But a common question is, but I really think it's because of my menopause. Or I really think because, my PCOS is the problem and it's causing the insulin resistance. But what if the other way is around, right? Northern Ireland, hey, how are you, Ali? How are you? Nice to meet you. Diamond plays. Hey, yo, how are you? How's it going? In Massachusetts. Zay singing Nobody Cares. That's okay. Jamaica. Well, we care about you if you were to put something up. Maybe we care, maybe we won't. Who knows? But wish you the best. Okay, so now let's go here. Hormonal health, number 7. Ontario, Canada. That's where I'm from. Hey, neighbor. Okay, so now number 7, guys. Okay, if we look at number 7, let's go to 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, number 7, hormonal health. Dealing with hormonal issues like PCOS, thyroid, erectile dysfunction, Hashimoto's, high cortisol, low serotonin, low melatonin, have trouble sleeping. Hormones, guys. Hormones they play a very big role, guys. Very big role. And tell me if anyone has hormonal issues here, put a 1 in the comments, or if you know someone that has hormonal issues, because I'm going to dive into, just for about 2 minutes, and explain to you what hormonal issues are and how they come about. Okay? Johannesburg, South Africa, awesome. So now, hormonal imbalances are more common, guys, than people think. Now, when you got conditions, okay, conditions like PCOS, thyroid, Hashimoto's I mentioned earlier, right? Erectile dysfunction. These are all caused by insulin resistance, even high cortisol, right? In most cases, I shouldn't say every time, but I know most cases, 88% of illnesses, now it's estimated 93% of illnesses are all stemming from insulin resistance. So if 88% of the population has an insulin problem, and insulin is a hormone, then we should understand that if we have a lot of these symptoms like skin tags, skin irritations, maybe women have irregular periods, maybe women have those mood swings, right? That's all hormonal. Might have that fat on the belly, right? That pear shape, hormonal issues again, right? And the hormone is insulin. We're looking at the wrong hormone sometimes, right? Like we're looking at, oh, well, my testosterone's low, right? So if your testosterone's low as a man, you also got to look at your estrogen levels. Maybe your estrogen is high. And you see this with men with high testosterone. High estrogen. You see women with high testosterone. And when you see that, guys, you get a hormonal imbalance, okay? And this leads to issues like thyroid and underactive thyroid. Women end up with more androgen and testosterone. In other words, male sex hormones. My mother has myeloma. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so this year, I've seen a few people with that as well. Again, if you are able to balance the hormones, and I'm talking about insulin and GLP-1, if you balance these two, the glucagon-like peptide that's in our guts, okay, not injecting it with anything unnatural, I'm saying if you're able to do this with your hormones, have metabolic flexibility, in a very simple way, I want you guys to understand, is that one of the peptide hormones that is GLP-1 that's produced by our gut can help regulate and get rid of a lot of these issues that we're having. And that's why we see commonly a lot of health issues start to go away. Right? Does that make sense? And when your body can't process insulin, right, properly, it throws off your hormones, your other hormones, because insulin is a hormone, guys, okay? Even men with erectile dysfunction, okay? That's the same thing, guys, right? Think of it that way. Hormones are everything, Jennifer T. Joy is saying. And it's so true. Hormones are everything. They're so important. Get her done, Alberta. Hey, how are you? I've got family out in Alberta. Alberta's a great place. When your body can't process insulin, Jennifer T. Joy, I'm going to show you this now, right? When you're just think of the problem and you just do the reverse. Okay, the reverse is what improves your health. So when your body can't process insulin properly, okay, it throws off your other hormones. So for example, if your main hormone that gets activated every time you eat by the blood sugar that rises, so when you eat, you spike your insulin, but you don't spike your insulin directly. You spike your blood sugar. Okay, there's the GI index of every different types of food. GI index simply means the glycemic index. And this is invented by who? By the University of Sydney. They've invented this term. Now the GI index would be something like, if you look at a handful of berries, the GI index of that is very low, meaning it might be 40 or 50, right? When you look at something like, let's say, a donut, it could be like 120, right? So you've got, excuse me, you've got assigned indexes, okay, for different types of foods. Now, when you have foods with more fiber, the GI index is much lower, okay? When you have foods with the fiber removed, the GI index is much higher. So what happens is when you eat something, it spikes your glucose, which is your sugar, When your blood sugar comes up and your bloodstream has too much sugar in it, and you eat anything over 15 calories, here's what happens. Insulin gets secreted by your pancreas. That's what your pancreas does. Your pancreas will secrete insulin to usher in any extra sugar to bring it down to the normal levels. Okay? And what it does with that sugar is very important, because your cells, incognito, I'm going to answer that 1 second. I got something to share with you. So now think of this, right? This has to do with the weight as well. When insulin is supposed to take the sugar and go and put it into your cells, right? But your cells are insulin resistant, then your cells not only have low energy, they hold on to weight, and also you end up with more body fat because your insulin has to store it elsewhere and create more fat cells, just fill up other cells, right? Just have more fat stored in your body, because insulin is a storage hormone. Does that make sense, guys? Put a Y in the comments, guys, if that makes sense, right? Or double tap on the screen. Muhammad Yusuf, I'm not a doctor. Incognito, it makes sense? Awesome. Thank you, guys. So basically, you think of what you're doing is you want your cells to be metabolically flexible. So it's called metabolic flexibility. Now what happens is that when you open up your cells and they open and close, then they're becoming metabolic. You're reducing insulin resistance and increasing insulin sensitivity. Okay? Doctor put me on a steroid for sickness. I ate a large Blizzard ice cream on the way home. Didn't feel like I ate anything. So I ate 2 more. Oh boy. Didn't feel like I ate anything. Wow. Oh my God. That made you eat a lot more. My goodness. And now I'm fat. Okay. Ooh. How can I reduce my sugar cravings? Muhammad Yusuf is saying. So what we use is I sip on an extract called, it's a yerba mate extract. And I have this in the morning, and it's less than 5 calories. Anything over 15 calories will secrete insulin and take me out of my fast. So my sugar cravings right now in my fasted state, they literally get squashed by sipping on this yerba mate extract, because I get all the vitamins, minerals without breaking my fast. And my body feeds off of itself. Okay? So my body starts to feed off of the stored fat from past meals. Super important, right? So if you use cravings, we need it to switch fuel sources. Okay? I hope that makes sense. I've been the same weight since 16, now I'm 21. I mean, that happens in Incognito, it totally happens. But if you're stuck, I mean, if you're a female, I can't see your profile picture, but if you're a female, you could be having the weight gain because of PCOS symptoms, irregular periods, hormones are off, right? These are all connected to insulin resistance, guys. When you reverse insulin resistance, we see tons of ladies get rid of PCOS. We see tons of people get off of the actual, we see people get off of the actual thyroid meds. See it all the time, right? We let the doctor handle that, but we on our side, we help to improve, right? And improve your metabolic flexibility. Good morning, JG. How are you, buddy? How's it going? So is it bad to stop eating sugar completely? Yes, it is necessary. Absolutely. Yeah, just as JG said, sugar is necessary. We need the sugar to survive. We need it to live. That's why we do need, in my opinion, we do need carbs, right? And I'll tell you why. That's why it's one of the carbohydrate. Your body's made of carbon and water. Carbohydrate. You can live without it. Absolutely. You can absolutely live without it, right? But when you have carbs with your proteins and you have your healthy fats and you have it 2 times a day or 1 time a day, you can have enough metabolic flexibility and increase enough insulin sensitivity that your body will start to actually have, really good flexibility. MJ, just so basically a balance. Yeah, basically a balance for sure, but it takes time. I've only gained 3 or 4 pounds, and it's about it. And I'm a male. Okay, yeah, got it. Some of our athletes actually, incognito, they end up gaining more weight in their 20s. You're almost there. Usually I see weight classes increase. If I have a weight around 20 years old, 21 years old, by about 25, he's sure enough a light heavyweight. It happens all the time. Or he's a cruiserweight, which is heavier, 20, 30 pounds heavier. So are you looking to gain weight? Is that what it is? Can you fast if you have memory problems? Absolutely, 100%. Josh is saying carnivore diet. Absolutely, you can do carnivore diet, 100%. Like right here on the other stream here, I've got JG. He always comes on. He's carnivore, and he's doing a wonderful job. So if you can do carnivore, go for it, 100%. It's just the people that are going to end up cheating one day and just, and you can't handle it and you've tried it and it's failed, then I would recommend do also the carbohydrates, but do it in balance. Make sure you have carbohydrates, healthy fats, and make sure you have more than enough protein. So you're basically a carnivore that still eats carbs, but you only eat them twice a day. Well, not really a carnivore then, but I mean, I guess you are. You're carnivore and herbivore, I guess. I'm not sure. How do I get my body to lose weight? Kelly, yeah. So you put yourself into a deficit, of course, but that can cause a lot of cravings and cause you to be hangry, right? And when you're hangry, you tend to quit. This happens to people. So what I recommend with us, what we use is we use 2 extracts. We have one that we'll sip in the morning. This one here, right? And then I have this throughout the morning. At lunchtime, I will go ahead and have, the other meals. How JG's saying here, carbs, meat, protein in that order. I would eat that, whether you want to do it in that order or you want to do it all at once. Totally cool, as long as you're having it in the same meal, in my opinion. Shingles, yeah, skin irritations. It's hard to say. Shingles, you probably do need the medications. I had it before one time. Actually, did I have it? I'm not sure if I had it. I had chicken pox. My sister-in-law had shingles. That's the second time I think that you get chicken pox. Definitely go to the doctor, 100%. Yeah, so what am I drinking? I'm drinking a yerba mate extract. Is there a best diet, MJ, for fighters? Yeah, for our fighters, we do the 2 meals a day. We make sure we have the Unimate because, look, guys, Ronaldo drinks it. I mean, they're not fighters, but they're still high-level athletes. Ronaldo, Messi, they all drink it, and that helps them to become, to be healthy, right, in general, and helps them to get the vitamins, minerals while you're fasting. And the key is that protein turns to amino acids, then your muscles absorb it, yeah? Super beneficial. Now, so that's why carnivores do really well, because they get more than enough amino acids, the building blocks for your body, okay? But this plant has amino acids in it. So this is feeding your body amino acids while you are fasted, okay? And you can have it hot or cold. And this protocol helps people with PCOS, helps people with thyroid, erectile issues. We see better blood flow. But definitely have all 3 macros. Listen, so you got fatty liver disease. I had fatty liver. Okay, I competed. My last fight was back in long time ago, guys. 1999. I was 28 years old. 29, I think it was then. No, I was 28. I was just about to turn 29. It was October. It was an 83rd fight. I fought that time, and basically I was at that weight, and I gained weight after that coaching, training athletes, training MMA, Muay Thai fighters, And after that, what happened was I got sick, and I was used to do diet, exercise. I used to do everything, guys. I used to do it all, okay? And I'm telling you, I used to do everything, eat, train, sleep, like do everything perfect, in my opinion. And I ended up with insulin resistance. And I ended up on 4 medications, and I thought it was just hereditary. It's not just me. There's a lot of the other coaches out there in our community, same thing. When I go to Las Vegas for the fights there, a lot of the coaches at Mayweather Gym, they're all on blood pressure meds, right? I see it all the time, right? My friend Dewey, he trains Ngannou, Francois Ngannou, he trains Dewey Cooper, right? And same thing, he's gaining weight like crazy now too. Like it's just the weight catches on, the coach, coach ends up getting unhealthy. And even if we eat right, it happens, right? It happens. So we just chalk it up as, It's just simply our metabolism. And guys, please share this live. Sorry, I'm going to get to your questions in a second. I'm not being rude on purpose. I'm going to get to these questions. I'm going to share this live here in our group. Okay, I just shared it. And guys, yeah, so I'm going to talk about fatty liver disease. I'm actually planning to start my amateur MMA career. Oh, that's awesome, MJ. Good for you. Good for you. Make sure you do your jiu-jitsu. Make sure you do your wrestling for sure. Wrestling first. Have a wrestling mindset. Always top position. Wrestling, good hands. Yep. Yeah. So I don't know if you will Pride Fighting. Gary Goodridge, that was my guy. Blue belt in jiu-jitsu, that's wicked. Judo's really good too. Really good for balance. Yeah, no, I'm not a doctor. No. I'm an MMA and Muay Thai coach that got really sick and found these products. Right? We used to run 16 gyms here in Toronto. Had a big stable of fighters. Still have fighters now, still using it. Okay, so fatty liver disease. Why did I end up with fatty liver disease? Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, guys. Okay, NAFLD. I got that after I quit drinking, and I quit drinking around when I was 30 years old. I'm 54 now. Okay, at that time, what happened was that I developed fatty liver, and the doctor told me, "Hey, Paul, you got fatty liver." It showed up on an ultrasound. They were just checking my heart, and they somehow, I don't know what happened, but there was a cyst that showed up or something, and they checked my liver, and they go, you have a fatty liver. And they go, oh shit, okay, what does that mean? And he goes to me, he goes, Paul, you have fatty liver. What do I do? He goes, nothing. He goes, you just leave it. He goes, you just got to keep an eye on it. In fact, you know what they told me? They told me that that diet won't help, exercise won't help, straight up. I go, well, can I change my diet? Can I exercise a little bit more? Is there something I can do? Is there some natural supplements? No, we're just going to monitor it, keep an eye on it, and that's it. 18 years passed with that fatty liver, and I kept having it checked. And that could have gone to fibrosis. And does anyone here have fatty liver? You can just put, or know anyone with fatty liver, put F in the comments. I'll tell you an interesting story here. So at that time, I have fatty liver. I end up now, and I didn't realize, but the fatty liver is the precursor. Well, the insulin resistance causes the fatty liver, and then the fatty liver can cause so many other issues now. So now I ended up with higher blood pressure. Now I ended up with a heartbeat that was like a little bit more faster than usual, than normal people, right? Elevated heart rate, whatever you call it. And so put them on a beta blocker. And then I end up with an aorta. The liver affects the heart, guys. The liver is the oil filter of the body. I mean, for the MJ guy here, Muay Thai, he does MMA, he's a jiu-jitsu guy. Think of it, guys. Like, all you do is, in MMA, why do we hit the liver? We hit the liver. You know why? You know why we hit the liver? We always go for the liver shot. And I'll tell you why. You can have a finish like that. Liver, solar plexus, chin, of course, neck. And here's the thing. What happens is that when you hit the liver, all the toxins in your body are stored in your liver. Okay, I don't know, MJ, if you're still here. But what happens is that your liver now gets hit and it excretes all those toxins in your body. Your body wants to shut down. So, guys, the liver is so important. It's so important, guys. Why? Is because the liver stores all those toxins, and when you hit it, if you ever want to drop someone really quick, hit them in the liver. And about 8 seconds, if you hit them right, 6 to 8 seconds, they'll drop. Just like if you do a rear naked choke on someone, 6 seconds, they're out like a light. Same thing with that, they'll drop and they just can't do anything. So I just want you guys to understand that. Sorry, a little side story. So fatty liver, when you have insulin resistance, guys, insulin's chronically high, you end up with issues like non-alcoholic fatty liver. And this is caused by insulin resistance. It's storing extra fat in the liver. Okay? Over time, this buildup leads to inflammation and damage. Your liver becomes a storage closet for fat. How can I reduce my insulin? It's always high, even after taking metformin, prime example. Yeah. So you got to bring the insulin down. And how do you bring it down? Is you get on a program like ours. Mohammed, I would honestly recommend reach out. We have an A1C. Sounds like you're a type 2 diabetic if you're on metformin. Or, I don't know, it could be type 1. I'm pretty sure you're type 2. Usually metformin they give for that, or Jardiance. So what happens here, you're still here, MJ, awesome. Make sure you get, MJ, are you in Ontario? If you're in Ontario, I'll set you up with one of my students' gyms. to do some solid Muay Thai, unless you already have someone. Super important. Muay Thai and wrestling. And then the Jiu-Jitsu will save your ass. Sorry, I'm still enjoy it. I just love MMA still. Anyways, so Muhammad Yusuf, what you do, guys, is you got to look at the insulin. You got to look at the blood sugar. You control your blood sugar. Oh, you're in France. Okay. Sorry, I didn't know that. France, who do I have out there? I have some friends out there as well. Just message me later and we'll connect. Okay, so basically you reduce your insulin, always high, taking medication, right? So now anxiety. Let's talk about anxiety. Now, if you control your blood sugar, you bring A1C down. Okay? You control your blood sugar, your insulin comes down. Anxiety also gets better, and so does your insulin levels, because your insulin's coming down. I'm going to answer both of you guys at the same time. And having low cholesterol. Well, you can increase your cholesterol, Jola, right? You can increase it. There's good news. Is it low LDL or HDL? You also want to look at that. Okay? We need cholesterol. Our brain literally lives off of cholesterol. Do you have like brain fog? Do you have confusion? You know, that's your answer, right? So anxiety. Why is anxiety so bad? James, are you still here? This is important. Because there's a lady, Stephanie, that we helped with this. A bunch of ladies too, and men too. When you have insulin resistance, right, what happens is that the hormone insulin is up high, yeah? When insulin's up high, GLP-1's low. When you have metabolic flexibility and insulin, you build insulin resistance. When you have insulin resistance, here's what happens. Your body produces a lot less serotonin, if any. And serotonin is a feel-good hormone. Even GLP-1 will make you feel satisfied and happier. Theobromine, which we have in this, is actually like taking a little bite on a chocolate, and it makes you feel good. That's what's in chocolate that makes people feel good immediately. And that's why I say sip on this throughout the morning and you feel actually happy, because it stimulates your gut flora. And when your gut flora gets stimulated, you produce very good hormones. Leptin, ghrelin comes down, right? Leptin comes up. Ghrelin's a hunger hormone. Leptin is a satiation hormone. You feel satiated, right? Serotonin is a feel-good hormone, right? And cortisol starts to come down. When cortisol comes down, guys, right? You're out of fight or flight mode. Your adrenal glands are like calmed down now too, right? There's a lot of benefits here, if you really think about it. It's a ton of benefits. Tassie is saying, good morning, Paul. Thanks for helping me yesterday. Learned a lot. Hey, no problem. Thank you for being part of the live. Yeah. So Tanella, what I'm sipping on is a yerba mate extract. 90s kid. Yeah. So I'm sipping on a yerba mate extract. And guys, it's available in France too. If you're in France there, MJ, it's available there. And we have 2 extracts, guys. So for fatty liver disease, I use this as well. I use a Unimate in the morning, this extract here in the morning. And I have it here, I'm having it hot. You can have it cold too. I'm just here in Canada. And guys, let me know where you're joining from. I'm in Toronto, Canada. Please, if you wish, let me know where you're joining from. And this reversed my fatty liver. Not only fatty liver, I lost over 31 pounds. I didn't expect that. I didn't also expect my testosterone levels to increase by 2.5 times. Double to almost triple. Oh, 90s kid, you're in Australia. That's awesome. I've got tons of people in Australia as well. So pretty cool stuff. Fatty liver disease, you've got high cholesterol. High cholesterol is another one, right? We've got low cholesterol, as someone's saying here, very rare, super rare. Jolly Jenny, yeah, it's best to read it like in my bio there. You can click on my name up here. I'll show you. If you click here on my name 2 times, once, and then you'll see it pop up a second time, it'll go right there and you'll see a website link. Super easy to find. Super easy. Okay? And guys, think of it this way. 40% of adults, 40% suffer from high cholesterol. That's 4 out of every 10 people. Can these products be bought in South Africa? Jackie, yes, they can. In my opinion, they're super pricey in South Africa. It took us forever to get it there. The government is really interesting. Let's just put it that way. In Canada, it was even hard to get it here approved by Health Canada. But we've got so many studies, they can't say no. It's just a matter of time. Unfortunately, the pricing in South Africa, in my opinion, is outrageous, in my opinion. But everywhere around the world, it's available in 53 countries. It's a lot more affordable, way more affordable. For example, like we pay less than $6 a day for the whole protocol, and our grocery bill drops like crazy. Now, when you have insulin resistance, guys, okay, and you talk about cholesterol, you got to understand that when your body can't process sugar properly, it turns into fat. And that raises your cholesterol levels, okay? It's like a storage problem. When the body has too much insulin, it's forced, too much sugar, glucose, okay? Too much sugar, glucose, same thing. It's forced to convert it into fat and store it, okay? And that makes cholesterol levels rise, all right? I hope that makes sense, guys. Now, insulin resistance significantly affects how your body processes the cholesterol, okay? And it can lead to a unhealthy lipid profile, okay? Which includes elevated LDL, okay? Low density lipoprotein, that's the bad cholesterol. So now you got more bad cholesterol, you've got less good cholesterol, HDL, and you've got increased triglycerides. When you got increased triglycerides, this is fat inside the blood, fat inside your bloodstream, right? So just imagine that. You've got a whole bunch of fat inside your bloodstream, and it's very sticky, and this contributes to arthrogenesis, right? And that basically, what that does, it's plaque formation, and that worsens cardiovascular issues. It's like, imagine someone stepping on a garden hose, and it like creates blockages. That's what insulin resistance is doing with the cholesterol, right? So does that make sense, guys? If that makes sense, just double tap on the screen. Mohammed Yusuf, sorry, it's not available in Somalia, but if you have friends or family in United Kingdom, Ireland, or other countries that it's available, you can ask them to ship it to you and order it from my discount link, okay? And for me, guys, if you think it's just weight loss, it's not just weight loss, guys, right? I used it to reverse my high blood pressure. My blood pressure came back to normal. Does anyone have BP issues? Right? I also used it for my cholesterol. My sugar cravings are gone. I have more energy. My body fat is literally, like, it's not all gone, obviously, right? I still have body fat, because you want to have body fat still, right? That's part of the metabolic flexibility. We need body fat for when we're not eating, right? And guys, literally, you're looking at hormones, thyroid, PCOS, like these are all signs of insulin resistance, guys, right? And when you boost GLP-1, right? GLP-1, I want you to understand. You're welcome, Mohammed. Now, when you boost GLP-1, and guys, you can do with or without the products, totally your choice. My metabolism is perfect. Okay. So Marcelo is saying my metabolism is perfect, but I'm not losing weight. Okay, yeah, I'm just wondering. Yeah, I still suspect we don't know if you're holding on to weight, that's insulin resistance. I've seen it so many times. How many meals a day are you having? How many times a day are you actually having a meal or a snack? Because guys, can anyone tell me what's the minimum amount of calories? This is a quiz for everyone, okay? What is the maximum amount of calories you can go without breaking your fast? Like, what amount of calories? Is it 100 calories or more? Is it 200 calories or more? Like, what is that amount that keeps you fasted? Like, what I'm saying is fasted. Wally, what I'm saying is fasted, okay? Like, I'm saying to keep you fasted, how much calories are you allowed to have and still stay fasted? Sorry, I should have explained that properly. Okay? Let me know. Digital Marketing Mom is saying 10. EG is saying 15. Karen is saying 0. Wally is saying 1,000. Okay, these are all great answers. EG is right. And I would say Digital Marketing Mom is right as well. So you have to understand that anything over 15 calories, okay, will break your fast. Karen, I mean, you're close because it's zero. It's near zero. Yeah. Wally, 1,000. No, you can actually break it with more than that, right? Sorry, a lot less than that, 15 or more. And that's why strategically they have made this extract in an entire bottle. If you were to drink it all at once, which we don't, 5 calories, right? So 5 calories, right? Karen, I wouldn't say so, because a lot of times when you have the coffee with the milk and all that, they've done tests and that goes over 15 calories. I wouldn't do anything other than yerba mate, in my opinion, or black tea or black coffee. Takanath, how are you? Good morning. How are you? Takanath, we got to connect. Let's get you going, man. Good to see you here. Yeah. Oh, man, good to see you, man. You're probably working right now. Cheers to you. Are you having your Unimate? Hopefully he is. And, you know, he is, absolutely. And I'll tell you something about Takanath, right? This dude is like, I respect him because he's not obese. He's not like, you know, but he wants to keep his health good. Be around for his kids. He has his Unimate. And guys, reach out to him if you're in the Whitby area. If you're in Toronto in the East End, reach out to him, his wife, and get some help. Because he has this as well, and he uses it. And yeah, and he's also helping a lot of Guyanese community, West Indian community, any community, guys. You're all welcome, okay? We're not only focusing on one community. So just go and follow him and reach out, and we're going to try to get this to Guyana, because Guyana is growing, and we need to get it there as well. Guyana's in South America, guys. It's not an island, so just so you guys know. And diabetes is very, very rampant there. Okay, and crazy enough is that this one here, okay. Oh, good timing, Karen. Oh, you're in Canada too. Okay, yeah. Show you the newbies. Yeah, for sure, I'll show you. Nuno. Oh my God, you're close. It's close to my my good friend. One of my best friends is Italian, named Nino. Gary, the link is up here. So if you want to see it, Karen, and if you want to see it, Gary, you actually click on my name up here once and then twice. But it's basically these two products. I can't go too much into it because I want to educate on the problem so people really understand the connection between the two. But you can go and have a look. The solution is, you know, these extracts. They work really well. Okay. So Gary, please, if you can have a look there. At your convenience. Liverpool, oh my gosh, okay. Oh man, my sister-in-law really, actually my brother-in-law really loves Liverpool. He's a soccer fan. Yeah, they're from England. Welcome, Dave. Welcome, Dave. And let me know, guys, wherever else you guys are joining from. I'm in Toronto, Canada. Takanath is here. He's from Toronto, Canada. He's in the East End. I'm in the West End. It's a very huge place here, 8 million people approximately. So yeah, and guys, GLP-1 education, guys, you got to understand that's super important. And okay, is that an Italian flag? No, that's an Irish flag. Sorry if I'm being ignorant. I should know the flag, right? But the science behind this, guys, is that Unimate is a yerba mate extract. It's equivalent, you're equivalent to having 300 plus cups, like so many cups, right? But you're not going to actually drink that. So we have the extract. And the extract's made convenient for you to get all vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and it increases your GLP-1 naturally. So just imagine increasing your GLP-1 naturally, right? That's what it does. And now you have, excuse me, so you have a yerba mate extract first thing in the morning, like I'm having right here. Now, Takanath is probably on the road, and I believe he's not having it hot. He may be having it in his bottle and just sipping on it throughout the mornings, right? What that's doing for him, and he's at work, and I'm sitting here. So I'm sitting doing a desk job. He's out working, moving around. We are both getting benefits in different ways. So he's getting an increase of energy and strength, He loves it cold. See, there you go. I knew it. I knew it because he's probably moving around all day, and it helps. It's refreshing. Tastes like iced tea. Keeps it, it keeps you kind of energized as you go, right? And as he's working, he's going out, trying to provide for his family. It gives him that energy that he needs, right? The vitamins, the minerals, and everything. I mean, he could be drinking a coffee with pesticides in it, microplastics. There's so many microplastics in those teas and coffees. It's unreal. And here you've got a purified version of a plant that Cristiano Ronaldo, right? And Ronaldo and Messi, they give to their kids. They drink all day. They don't have Coke in their house. They don't even drink coffee. This is what they drink, right? They play all their games fasted. They never get tired, and they're super healthy, guys, right? Because guys, our health is an investment, guys. We need to take care of our health today, not tomorrow. Okay? Because if you get into the tomorrow mindset, what happens is that when tomorrow comes, you still also stay in the tomorrow mindset. Does that make sense, guys? If you can, oh, hi, Ruba, how are you? Guys, put a Y in the comments if you guys agree with this, because this caught me big time, because I was in the tomorrow mindset, guys. For not just this, for many things. Right? MJ's here, awesome, good. And this is straight from an MMA guy. He's a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. Procrastination is so bad. And he would not have gotten his blue belt if he said, well, tomorrow I'm going to train. Well, tomorrow I'm going to practice, right? Guys, how about for gals as well? Absolutely, Karen, 100%. The gals are more important than the guys, because without the gals, we don't have guys, right? Let's be honest. Every guy came from a gal, right? And every gal came from a guy. So absolutely, 100%. Ruba's here as well, right? And it tastes great, and it just helps you. MJ from France is saying, we love the gals. That's for sure. Hey, Mayor. Hi. See you. So my son is just getting ready for work right now. And he works downtown Toronto. And he's on his way, and he's got a Unimate in his hand. Right? He's got the bottle in his hand. He's sipping on it, and he's going, true, we need guys and gals and guys. Absolutely, 100%. And that's all we need, if you know what I mean. Morning from, I can't see your flag, Alina. Have a good day, Mayor. I'll lock it. Elena, pets and cooking. Oh, wow. Pets are awesome, and so is cooking. Guys, you enjoy cooking, you enjoy pets. Guys, even pets are getting really crappy food. Cyprus! Oh my goodness, love it. So a few of my fighters, my athletes, and my friends are Cypriots. Yeah. Quite a few. The last name Kasalidis, Raphael, yeah, awesome. Really cool stuff. Love it. So guys, this has got 50 published studies behind it, right? So high blood pressure, another issue here of high blood pressure. If you have high blood pressure like I had, right? More than 40% of adults have high blood pressure, right? Now think of it this way, okay? Now, if you have high blood pressure, we understand where it's causing from, what it's caused from, right? As you are educating hormone health, yeah, okay. I and others are educating about being aware of words and language. Oh wow, no way. That's good. I'm just gonna follow you back. Are you doing it on TikTok? Because I really like that. Because yeah, oh wow, words and language are so important, because that's how you project casting spells, if that makes sense. You know, be careful what that's why they call it spelling. Careful what you say, careful what you're just casting spells, you know? So that's why we want to project good stuff out there. But hyperinsulinemia, that's what it's called. Hyperinsulinemia, it's a fancy word, okay? You know what it stands for? What it means? It's just hyperinsulin levels, like high insulin levels. And that creates insulin resistance, right? So when you have insulin resistance, guys, and your cells don't open and close the doors, right? Your cells become resistant to insulin. They close like this. And now when they close, they don't receive or give or take energy, right? And I'm going to get into the solution, how to reverse this in a few minutes, okay? I eat steak and 6 eggs for breakfast 4 days a week. Mackie, that's awesome. That's really good. High protein breakfast with all the cholesterol, all the good stuff in it, amino acids, got the protein. Man, if you can do that, that's really, really good for your health. So now let's talk about high blood pressure. Do you or anyone that you know have high blood pressure? Anybody here, high blood pressure? Right? Your family, your friend, could be anybody have high blood pressure. Okay? Just put a H in the comments. Let me know. Okay? Spelling, yes, share positivity this morning. Absolutely, Karen. Love it. Thank you for joining the live. Love to have positive people. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Mackie's saying my wife. Gaia is saying I do. Gaia is a great name. It's like, I think that has to do with the earth, I believe, right? Okay, so now, if you have high blood pressure, right? Now, 4 out of every 10 people have high blood pressure. And many don't know that it's linked to insulin resistance. Okay, I didn't. When your blood sugar, so I was pre-diabetic. So when your blood sugar is out of control, it stresses your arteries. Okay, it raises your blood pressure over time. Okay, and what that does is it's like trying to pump water through a clogged pipe. It puts extra pressure on your system, like stepping on a garden hose. I think stress related from teenagers. Yeah, that's definitely can be part of it. But also it's our chance to learn how to be very patient, which is probably why they're there in our lives. So high blood pressure, okay? Fluid retention. Increase insulin resistance, guys, okay? Insulin resistance causes fluid retention, increases sodium reabsorption in the kidneys, and that causes more water retention. Extra blood, extra fluid in the body raises blood volume, puts more pressure on the arteries, and that's from insulin resistance. That's why we get, with this, the theobromine, it opens up the blood vessels, you get better blood flow, right? And that contributes to, vasodilation and increased nitric oxide, which helps you to lower blood pressure, okay? Pre-diabetic and you're not overweight. Was it stress? I was overweight. I had about 31 pounds on me. I was pre-diabetic, yeah. But I was like what you call skinny fat, right? Stress, I don't think so. I don't think it was stress. It was the insulin resistance. Once I reversed the insulin resistance, everything went away. Like I had most of those except for the ones that have to do with women. So fluid retention is caused by insulin resistance. Vascular stiffness caused by insulin resistance. That reduces the flexibility of your arteries and veins, right? So all these blood vessels are getting like harder, so they can't expand. And can't contract in some cases too, right? It can, but it's just harder to do it, stiffer. And this also increases, doesn't accommodate the blood flow. So when you go into fight or flight mode, your sympathetic nervous system is activated, which is also raising your cholesterol, your cortisol. Then now you're in fight or flight mode. Elevated heart rate, get a little bit more stressed, right? And then now you have high cortisol, and you also don't have the expansion of the blood vessels anymore because they're stiff. And also your GLP-1 levels remain quite low. So when you have high insulin levels chronically throughout the day, right, and you're snacking continuously, you're having meals throughout the day, your insulin's constantly up, right? So I hope that makes sense. And then there's fatigue and low energy. Fatigue and low energy, 40% of the population, if not higher, suffer from fatigue and low energy. And if that's you, please put a 1 in the comments, because this fatigue comes first, before the cravings. And you might not notice that you're tired, but I notice a lot of people go on our program, they use everything, they use the system we have, they use our protocol, and we see them, number one thing, that their fatigue goes away. Number one thing is that they get energy. Number 2, their cravings, sugar and salt, go away. And number 3, the fat goes away, because your body becomes metabolically flexible. Right? Does that make sense, guys? George is saying 1, yep. Yes, fatigue, low energy, just that feeling of like, what am I going to do today? And it contributes to some forms of depression, right? And feeling tired and low serotonin levels, low melatonin, even trouble sleeping. I'm going 1 meal a day, high protein, Rod is saying. Fats, fiber, will that help? Absolutely, 100%. If you have the discipline to do it this way, go for it. For me, I still enjoy eating carbs. I still enjoy eating regular food because I know that every time that I've done some sort of diet or training camp or whatever it is, eventually it starts to, like, it runs out for me personally. And if I don't know if that's you, is that you guys too? Do you guys end up going off diets? That's why I don't really believe in diets, because I believe in them, they work, but I don't believe in them because they're hard to sustain. Right? So Rod, I wish you all the best, but keep it going. Do it, buddy. Get to a stage, get your results, and keep it going. And if you want, check out the system. Guys, let me know what your goals are. Is it weight that you want to lose? Let me know, guys. Right? I would recommend to have the carbs for sure. Have all 3 macros. I truly believe, even our fighters, our athletes, all of them, we all have carbs. This is the easiest thing to adapt into your everyday life. Absolutely, Ruba. Ruba, have you already come on board? I can't remember if you're in my group. I'm not sure if you did. I cut back on my workouts for the moment in the account that I haven't stopped shoveling. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, the shoveling. Make sure you warm up before the shoveling. You got to warm up before that. Very important, guys. Warm up before the shoveling. Not yet, Ruba? Yeah. You got to do it. Don't wait. You will see big things happen. Amazing stuff. And I'll have you in our community. You get the coaching. And I love having you in the lives. And let's be part of this mission, guys. Rod, just make sure, Rod, that you have enough carbohydrates, okay, and protein at the same time, and healthy fats, and make sure you add the fiber. What we do is we add this fiber matrix. So we've got 2 extracts, one when you don't eat and one when you do eat, okay? One is going to help you fast and help you to burn fat, reduce cravings, and increase your energy. Those 3 issues, okay? And also help with blood pressure, cholesterol, fatty liver. I finally got rid of mine after 18 years, sorry. Hormones get back on track. And then we've got the other one, which I have right before my meal. I mix this in water, in a small little bit of water, shake it up, drink it, and it creates this fiber matrix of 7 different types of soluble and insoluble fibers that mix in and mesh in with my food and reduce the GI index of the food I'm eating and help bring my insulin levels low. Right? So I hope that makes sense. Soon, I'm looking to start this soon. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. You're going to love it. You're going to absolutely love it. It is something like everyone tells me, they're like, Paul, this is the only thing that's ever worked for me. Everyone tells me that. But prior to that, they're like, but I was so skeptical. That was me. You know how long I waited to do this, guys? You're not even going to believe how long I waited to do this. I waited over 6 months to do this, and I waited till my wife got so sick that this is what it took to help her. And I guess it's good. It's not good. She suffered a lot. But it's, in a way, when I look back, from our greatest pains come our greatest victories, right? And she's been through so much. Where can you buy this, Gupshup? Yeah, so you can go up to the top where my name is. You can click on there. And when you click on there, it'll open up. Click on it once, and then it opens up, and click on it twice. As long as I don't have to give up naan and rice. Yes, Ruba, it is. That's what we grew up eating. And just because the food industry here destroys the ingredients, removes all the fiber, all we do is put it right back in. Ruba, yesterday I had kadi pakode for dinner, and roti and parota, or whatever you want to call it. That's what I had. And I had my balance. And I felt great. And I felt great. Slept great. Kadi pakode for dinner, it was great. I know, I love it. And usually you have jol with it, right? You have rice with it. But I had roti. 3 of them. 1 parota, 2 rotis. Gupshup it's so good. Honestly. I love all kinds of food. But I can tell you, when you eat the food you grew up eating, man. You literally thank this for, thank you. I'm able to eat my food again. For PCOS, weight loss, which one do I need to buy? Yeah, so for PCOS and weight loss, focus on the 2 together. the protocol works together, all together. 1 month supply. Do it for 2 months though, and then look at your levels. Look at if you have irregular periods, if you have a facial hair, if you have losing hair, whatever it is, ovarian cysts. Give it time. Give it at least 2 months, but you'll notice changes in the first month. I just don't like to say it too often. I say it loosely, right? But some people feel it start to creep up and your body starts to get better in the second week, third week. Some people feel it right away. It depends. Look, it takes many years to become insulin resistant, but it takes months to reverse insulin resistance because of these products. But if you do it without the products, that can be challenging. That takes willpower. That's why, exactly, Ruba, 100%. Excuse me. When and how to take it, Gupshup. So you have simply like I'm doing in the morning. BC Guy, no, not lifetime, no. I used it for 4.5 months, but you can choose to keep drinking. Right now in maintenance mode, I'll have this half of a packet, and I'll have this half of a packet. So a 1 month supply lasts me for 2-3 months because I don't need to take it as extensively as I used to. But I could go without it, but I like the vitamins, the minerals, and the fibers, and it's just working for me. So you don't have to do it lifetime. Some people don't, and some people do, but you don't have to. Sorry, Gupshup. So what you do, every day you get 3 of these. You get 2 of these, and you get 1 of these. This one you have in the morning. You sip on it throughout the morning, okay? And it helps you to bring your blood sugar levels down, okay? And what that does is it controls your blood sugar, reduces your cravings, increases your GLP-1, brings your insulin right down, and you're not breaking your fast. For example, anyone that is doing, the Ramadan, they're using this. We have a protocol for that as well. I'm not Muslim myself, but I mean for my Muslim friends, they're all using it for Ramadan, right? And I utilize this, and they have this in the morning. Gupshup, use this in the morning, have a moderate sized lunch, and then have another one in the afternoon. And then we have a balance before the evening meal, right before it. But along with that, you're part of our community, part of our mission, and you hear other stories. And you literally feel great. And you feel great and you feel motivated because the people around you inspire you, right? And that's what I love about this, because health can be a journey that we walk together, that when we walk it with other people, it feels wonderful. And especially when they're complete strangers and they're thanking you for referring this to you, and they're thanking you, just for doing it together. And it's just better when you do it with friends and family, especially family. As if I continue for 6 months, can I continue? Yeah, absolutely. Once you reverse insulin resistance, instead of spiraling out of control downwards, you're kind of coming back up, right? You're bringing your health back up. So you can stop the spiral downwards, and that's what might take a bit of time for everything to kick in, and then you start to slowly get better and you snowball into great health. Continues to give weight loss if we stay consistent. Yeah, but it's gonna bring you to the weight that you're supposed to be, right? So just keep in mind, my wife was underweight, I was overweight, okay? So my wife was underweight, almost 90 pounds. Well, she was 90 pounds, so almost going to 80s. She used this to start eating carbohydrates again. So that shows you that even, she's vegetarian, she's not gonna go carnivore, right? Okay, so 14 kgs, that's not very much. That's not much at all. We get stories 100 pounds, 60 pounds. Yeah, that's nothing. Yeah, that's literally like 35 pounds. 36 maybe. Not much at all. I lost 17 in 7 weeks. We've got tons of stories. So Rob's asking thoughts on GLP-1 pros or cons. So the problem with GLP-1s, the synthetic ones, the ones that are artificial, right? The agonists, you got to be careful with those because those give you an artificial version of a peptide hormone that your body creates. Okay? When your body when you can stimulate your own body's GLP-1, your own body's, then you're going to have a lot better results because you're actually, that's the way your body's supposed to run. But if you bring in an imposter, right, your body will reject it in most cases. And that's where the side effects come from, right? Your body rejects it, okay? And people don't understand that the symptoms and side effects are coming because your body's rejecting it. And on top of it, the artificial one is removing 40% of the weight loss on those synthetic ones is from bone and muscle loss. Proven by science. Dr. Benjamin Bickman talks about it all the time. Right? Gupshup, yeah. So what you're talking about right there, it's not like the O, right? The big O. After stopping, all the weight comes back. And exactly. So the big O has tons of side effects. I just spoke with someone the other day that have gastroparesis. And the weight doesn't come back because you're not, look, no, it does not. Because when you reverse insulin resistance, then your body is metabolically flexible. It's able to process the fat in the food. You're able to flip switches, switch the flip the switches. Sorry, you get what I'm saying? You're able to flip from food to your stored fat. Food, stored fat. That's called metabolic flexibility. And that's why I love the system. Yeah, it doesn't. Side effects, no side effects. The only thing you might get is a little bit of burping, a little bit of flatulence, right? But that's because our guts are not used to having excess fiber. Not even excess, adequate. Would this interfere with metformin? No. I've got tons of people that were on metformin that use this. But we always say, make sure you still take your medication and let the doctors take you off the medications, okay? Because remember, this is proven by science, so we still believe in science. They are natural products, but we still want to follow. Medications are there for a reason, but they're there to help you while you work on the root cause, okay? Majority of the issues we have are lifestyle-related illnesses, and they have to do with the food environment, okay? I'll show you an airline pilot, okay? Guys, I gotta end this live over here on YouTube. So you guys have a blessed day. And Rob, just reach out if you want information, okay? And MJ as well. You can go to my profile, my channel, and have a look. But it doesn't interfere with metformin, no. In fact, you want to hear something crazy?